Hi Leo, I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm going to be pulling some messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, these are general messages. If the messages don't fit, please don't try to make them fit. Remember, the messages and all the energies can be vice versa. Right? Spirit doesn't understand when people are really close. The energies get enmeshed, right? You just have to understand that's how it is. Let's see what energies we can pull. We're going to pull a Celtic cross spread to get a lay of the land. Then we'll pull a card for the person who is on your mind or in your energy field that you want some information on. It could be an intimate other, it could be a boss, a friend, a family member. And then we'll pull some energies about how you are thinking about and the issue that you might be having with this person. And then we'll pull a healing card at the end for advice. Okay, let's get right into it. I will be peppering in the transits of what's happening in the sky for the month of January as we head through the reading. Okay, so Seven of Wands is the position that is the situation right now. Seven of Wands reverse. Okay, this is you feeling like you are somebody's being very manipulative with you, Leo, right now. You're feeling this need to defend yourself. Yeah, let's pull the cards and then we'll talk. We get the Three of Cups crossing you. Eight of Cups reverse. You guys are walking away as you're crowning. Four of Wands. Wow, we have very different energies here. This is very interesting to me. Four of Wands in the foundation. Strength reverse in the past, Leo. This is you upside down. All right, so either you were very deep in your ego or feeling very weak about a person or a situation in your life. Okay, very nice now. This is forgiveness here. Okay, and then we have the Four of Cups reverse energy. Okay, let's get right into this. All right, so listen, a lot of the signs are getting this in the foundation for January, I got to tell you. And I do think it's because of the January 10th full moon lunar eclipse. That's happening around 2:21 Eastern Standard Time, guys, at 20 degrees and 0 minutes of Cancer, opposite the sun at 20 degrees and 0 minutes of Capricorn. So this is really heavily going to be impacting primarily the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. 15 degrees, 15 to 25 degrees especially. But Leo, chances are you might have cardinal signs somewhere else in your natal chart. You know, a lot of us do. But it doesn't matter, we're all feeling it. They're just going to be feeling it the most. But there's going to be this thing about communication, about how we're thinking. Thoughts and words are likely to be really like cold and disconnected and very calculated. It's very a lot of people that be careful of bullying personalities, right? Just challenging personalities, very bullying vibe though. And with this happening on the fixed star of Castor, there's going to be a lot of emotional sensitivity and nervous anxiety, right? It can definitely be an issue with this. And that's the Seven of Wands reversed. The Seven of Wands is like, oh my God, I just can't defend myself against this person anymore. Feeling very manipulative, feeling very, like somebody trying to make you feel like you don't have the right to think or feel the way that you do, or at least somebody having an issue with you thinking and feeling the way you do. Right? Now, luckily, we do have the Three of Cups crossing you, so we do also have something's happening here for sure. Because remember now, on January 10th, we do have Uranus turning direct in Taurus after being retrograde since August 11th. And what does that mean? That means boom, surprise, right? Leo, there's some sort of surprise that's coming in the middle of January to all of us. Now, it's going to be different for all of us. This could be some sort of news coming in as a surprise in the 3D, but it can also be us having this sudden awareness in how we've been acting, or the sudden awareness in what we've been allowing to go on in our life. But whatever this awareness is, whatever this surprise is, it's completely positive. It's really good. So we have a lot of good mixed in with the challenging. And we do have Neptune is being trined here, you know, which can definitely soften the oppressive nature of the eclipse and the surrounding energies. So I do like that, because I feel like that softening and whatever it is going to be allowing for this Three of Cups energy, which is this idea of ultimately being in this space of celebration. Now, depending on how, you know, what's on your heart right now. For those of you in a relationship, you might have gone through a weird period, but you're in this space of celebrating now. So the surprise that came in, it could have to do something to do with having to do with the relationship, right? Where you guys reconnected in some way or you guys figured your stuff out. For others of you, having to do with career, which, Leo, quite frankly, is a big deal for you guys this year, right? You guys are going to be having a lot of transformation in your career sector, having to do with your job, right? And your everyday and what you do. So this could be something coming in having to do with that, having to do with your work, and you're celebrating the newness of something, so I do like that. But I feel like whatever this newness is, right, there's this idea that you do have to walk away from something first, and you're walking away in the attempt to update something in your life. And this is really awesome because we do have Saturn conjunct Pluto on January 12th, and in that energy you guys are going to be really focused on your goals. It's a really ambitious and motivating energy, like not laborious at all. It's so supportive of you being able to fix problemed areas in your life. And there's going to be a version of fear that's going to be motivating, actually everyone is going to be motivated to build or rebuild a certain part of your life. And this can mean either a transformation of something or the ending of something. But one thing that's not happening is whatever area in your life that you feel needs change, that you feel it needs to be fixed, it's not going to stay the same way that it's been. The change is absolutely inevitable. So either it's being transformed or it's ending. And if something's ending, you're building something new on another path. But whatever's been going on, that's changing. And this is you being in a space of acceptance with the Eight of Cups energy. You understanding that this is it's with disappointment. You're disappointed, but you're turning your back to it. You're turning your back to this cycle, and you're walking away from it. And you really need to do that. You need to drop that negative whatever, right, in order to be able to bring in the positive energy. Because we can't bring in, positive energy when we have these negative blocks up, right? It's like there's no room, but you're making room because look what your foundation is. Four of Wands, beautiful. So strong foundation having to do with something in your heart space. So this could be you celebrating something that has gone on within your career. Some sort of project got accepted. Your book is getting published. You got that job that you've been going for, or you're just changing tracks, or whatever you're doing now. You just increased the amount of patients or people who take part in your services, whatever it is. It's you building, right? If it has to do with a relationship, this indicates this is the engagement card and marriage and strong foundation within a relationship. And there's like a celebratory vibe. So we have two kind of like celebratory vibes having to do with the heart space. So if this has to do with you're either like doing something new within your career, or if your career is on point, this has to do with a relationship. I do get this. Now, in the recent past, you were like, feeling weak, but up in your ego, or dealing with somebody who was very deep in the shadow side of ego. Ego is very healthy, Leo, right? I mean, we know this. We all have it. It's a part of the human condition. It's good. When it's imbalanced, though, not so good. So this can either represent you, because it's major arcana, or just an energy that you were dealing with. 6 one, half dozen the other, doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, whatever this was, it was making you feel weak in a certain part of your life. And there was this element of compensation going on. I feel like, because of this ego, because of this fear, because of this unwillingness to really either look at a situation, you feeling very defensive and feeling weak in that defensiveness, meaning something wasn't working out, high level of frustration, you were feeling fear, you were feeling this pain, and as a way of compensating for it, you might have been jumping onto that, the shadow side of your ego. Forgive yourself for that, for goodness sake, if that's what you did, because that's just part of the human condition. It's a way of self-protecting. So I feel like a lot of you were in that space there, right? But right now, you're in the space of just wanting forgiveness and wanting to forgive and heal. You're in a space of healing. Lots of healing right now, Leo. You're just really taking it all in and just trying to assimilate everything. But there's such a divine kind of energy here with the star. It's like the 7 sisters up in the sky, and just this idea of, people who you love who've passed over. They're just with you in your energy field right now. And whatever needs healing in your life, you're healing. You're healing so that you can let go of this, of anything negative and any blocks. And the external influence, he was the lover's energy. This is beautiful, because this is about compromise, and this is about recognition that things need addressing within this connection. So this could be you identifying within a relationship what needs addressing, what needs fixing. And I like that it's an external influence, because this is you being very aware of where maybe you haven't compromised as much as you should, where somebody else hasn't compromised as much as they should. What's actually necessary to solve the conflict, and you're really getting front and center with what's necessary. But you're doing it with the guidance of Archangel Raphael and the sun, the luminary of the sun. And this is entirely beautiful. This isn't the running off into the sunset happily ever after. This is the recognition that there needs to be some work here. This could be you realizing in your job, in your career, what needs addressing in order to go more the way that you would like it to go, for you to have your ultimate fulfillment. But there's a healing element and a recognition here, which is really, really beautiful. So I feel like many of you are in this space, right, of realizing all of these things. There's a lot of realizations going on for Leos, a lot of realizations, a lot of epiphanies going on, not only about your own sense of self and what's necessary, where you may need to tweak, the way you are within a relationship or with a person, but where somebody else maybe needs to tweak. Not that you have the power to change anyone, but where you're recognizing that certain way that they were with you just really went against your moral code and your moral compass, and you recognizing areas that things that they did to you that really made you feel uncomfortable, but this is in the healthiest way. This is a healthy realization. But then in your fear, I feel like many of you are having these epiphanies, and you're afraid though that you're not going to have a new beginning with this person, a new cycle. So this is very much getting in touch with what it is that you need, you being willing to address your issues, but you also are, I feel like, afraid that this person or situation that you're dealing with, they're not going to be able to transform this relationship or this job opportunity or this business partnership in the healthiest way that is necessary. Right? Because you're recognizing 100% that whatever cycle that you guys are coming out of right now, and you are coming out of a cycle, that you're not going to be able to rebuild it with this person and have a new start. And here we have the outcome energies, the Four of Cups reverse. And this is about having that checklist card. Now, Leo, you got to be careful of this. Just saying. Now, this energy can go either way. I always want to say that, right? It can be vice versa. But someone here or both of you is sitting there with that checklist card saying if they do this, that, and the other thing again, there's no way it can be with them. This is about restlessness. This is about feeling hurt and disillusioned. This is about, though, not fully understanding, wholly so, your role in the situation. Where you may be, or they may be, right? You have to apply the energies as you see fit, blaming the other for the main issue within the demise of the relationship. In other words, you can be blaming somebody you were dealing with, that they could be blaming you as the main issue for why things weren't working out. So there's this finger pointing energy here, without realizing that it's probably both of you in one way or another, even if it's just, what you allowed to happen, whatever the case, it's going to be different for all of you. But it's somebody not getting hardcore with their past scars from their past relationships, whether it's from their childhood or a past relationship, it doesn't matter. It's like this unhealed element within them or within you. And, you're not getting deep enough with them, not getting deep enough with what's necessary in order to actually make this relationship work. Because there's a little too much finger pointing going on here, right? But there is this sense of, you got to do this, you got to do the other. But what this does indicate to me is that there's going to be this, there's going to be a lot of recognition, and there is ultimately going to be communication here. And all of this is going to be put out on the table. Like this energy can definitely be reflective of the lover's energy, because the lover's energy is about talking about all of this, talking about what needs addressing, talking about what needs to be fixed. And really, in a way, guys, holding the mirror up to each other and holding each other accountable for things that have transpired in the relationship. But then we have the Nine of Cups in the near future energy, which is really great, because this is about wish fulfillment. Quite frankly, I mean, that's such a dramatic term. Wish fulfillment. What does that even mean? It means you guys working your stuff out. You just really figuring out how you're going to start this new cycle. This is a new cycle, and I do have to tell you that I'm getting more than anything a transformational vibe here, rather than brand new. And if you're not resonating with that, then maybe this is not your reading. Right? We can't hit everybody every time. But I do feel like that just because we have this forgiveness and then this figuring out that there's conflict we have to work through. And this is not typically an energy of something new. You know what I mean? It takes time to build this stuff up. It takes time to build up the Four of Cups, right? It takes time. Now, for those of you where you're not resonating with this as career, but you're actually not in a relationship, this is you realizing you are sick and tired of being single. This is you figuring out what you need to do to heal your past wounds that are getting in the way of you being able to move forward in a relationship. And this is you getting hardcore front and center with yourself, and you dealing with your fears and your fear of intimacy and your fear of rejection and your fear of all that relationships bring. And you really figuring out your past scars, what's you, what's not, really evaluating your past so that you can open yourself up to meeting somebody new, so that you can have that ultimate wish fulfillment. Just being in the right space, in your heart space, in your heart space. But yeah, good stuff. I like it. It's not going to be comfortable while you're going through it. It's not. But you know what? That's okay. It doesn't have to be comfortable in order to be good. Because change is usually painful. It just is. And think about it. And I always say, think about that chrysalis cracking open and becoming a butterfly. It's quite uncomfortable. Actually, right? But that's okay, because we have healing energy here, and there's definitely compromises going to be happening. So let's pull some energies to see this person that you're dealing with, Leo, in your energy field. Let's get where they're at right now, okay? From their perspective. Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, okay. Seven of Wands, interesting. We got the Four of Cups. Reverse as well. Yeah. All right, so the Two of Wands is about this lack of motivation to move forward, because just feeling like, there's been some sort of manipulation, a cycle ending, and issues that have prevented life moving forward in the way that they initially thought. Right now, this is the space that I'm getting that they're in right now. And Seven of Wands, they feel like they're the ones who've had to defend themselves and how they feel, think, and how they think the relationship should be, how they think this position should be, whatever the connection is. They're feeling the need, whenever they think of you, they feel like, I always have to defend myself, And that's pretty good, because you're feeling the same thing, so typically that is how it goes, right? I mean, two people end up defending themselves and how they feel. Right now, they feel like they're in the King of Swords energy, though. They feel very in touch with the truth. They feel very in touch with the truth and the reality of the situation. They really do. And I do feel like they're realizing the same as you, where things have, they're realizing their own checklist card. This is them doing the same thing to you. If they don't do A, B, and C, or if they do A, B, and C, there's no way that I can be involved in this. And there's a sense of restlessness, and there's this push, though, to really look at themselves as well. I mean, there's this need to understand their role in all of it. And I feel like they are, because the King of Swords energy is all about truth, and it's about being able to really effectively frame reality, within reality, like honestly, you know? So I like this because there's, you know, whoever you're dealing with, I feel like they're going to be going through this moment of recognizing this, you know, what's real, what's not. What ended up being the result of fears, what ended up being the result of sabotaging behavior on either side, either by them or by you. But them being kind of approaching it with a sense of empathy, though, which is really nice. And we have the Six of Pentacles. I love this, you know, because this is them really wanting to have this supportive connection with you. The Six of Pentacles is, I have your back, you have mine. And this is something that they really, really want with you that I feel like they haven't had, Leo. I don't feel like they have not felt like you've had their back. And I don't think you feel like they had your back either. I do have to throw that in just because of what I just got in your Celtic cross. But they want this with you. They realize that this is something that was not there before. Something they're realizing. Now, see where you're at. See where you're at. Let's get a crowning for you. You're willing to take the chance, Leo. You're willing to take the chance. You got the Fool card. Love this card. Love this card. Because this is all, to me, this is all the cards in one. So this is really being willing to take this calculated risk. It is a risk. It's calculated. You're weighing things out, but you're making the decision to take the chance here. Ultimately, you are. But let's get some more information. Yeah, I mean, right now, you feel like you're not able to build with this person. The Three of Pentacles reversed. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. You have this desire to have this new start with them, this new cycle. The Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Yeah. So right now, Leo, I feel like you're holding back your emotions, even though you really want this new beginning with this person. And we really have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles right next to each other, for goodness sake. Come on now. This is right in the middle. This is the belly of it. This is a new cycle of connection, and the Ace of Pentacles is a brand new cycle. These are the two new cycle energies. So, I mean, I feel like for those of you who've been together, this is like a serious sweeping of the decks, like seriously sweeping everything clean and starting brand new, fresh. For those of you having to do with career, this does indicate either you getting offered a new position or you ending up in a new career, because Ace of Pentacles can mean a new job as well, because you realize that you're not able to build your life in the way that you want, in the position that you are, and you being willing to take a chance to start a new job, to change jobs, right? You're willing, all right? Because like right now, you're just not willing to give any more of your energy to a situation that you're in. So that has to do with career. And again, you know, going back to relationship, I just feel like right now, as we speak, there's not the sharing of energy, Leo, by you. Because we have the Ace. But the Ace of Cups, even, see, this is the thing. And those of you who've been watching me know I really like reversals for this very reason, is that it highlights what we need to give our attention to. And because we're energetic beings and we have free will, we can, if we're dealing with people of substance and of quality, we can absolutely turn this upside, you know, right side up. But I just feel like you're not ready in some way. You're still trying to figure something out. You definitely know you want to take the chance with this person. You want this new beginning. But I feel like you're afraid of revisiting it because you're afraid of failure. You're afraid that you guys are not going to be able to build something. But I have to tell you, Leo, don't be afraid, because the energy really does support this being successful. Now, that being said, if you're dealing with an energy that was with somebody who did you dirty, a boss who was really disrespectful, highly disrespectful, and they show no remorse, if you were dealing with a narcissist, somebody who was cheating on you, feeling like it was your fault ultimately that they cheated on you, or somebody who took money from you, any sort of like low vibe, you know, really bad dark triad issue going on there, really leave it alone. Leave it alone, Leo, because as soon as you drop that off at the corner, there's newness on the other side of this for you. Absolutely. I love the Ace of Pentacles being right in the middle here. This is beautiful. I love this card so much because it indicates a newness. Pentacle energy is such a cool energy because it's about resources, yeah, but it's also how we do relationships. It's how we do connections of all kind. mental, physical, emotional connections. It's the way we communicate. Even though swords are communication, this is really like practically like us sitting there and having hell. It's not us actually communicating with each other. It's how we communicate. It's how we, connect. So really good. I really like this for you guys. But I do get that you want this relationship or the situation to work out, but there's a lot of fear here. So it's something to think about. Something to think about for you guys. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's pull some advice, some healing advice for you. Let's see. But yeah, I feel like you're in this state of sort of almost like analysis paralysis, Leo. I'm getting a little bit of that kind of vibe. It's like you have all these feelings of what you want to do, but you're not like fully acting on something right now. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Procrastination. Kind of like what I was just saying here. You're being called to action. There have been some sort of important tasks that you need to do that you've been delaying. And guys, remember that Saturn conjunct Pluto on January 12th. This is a time where we really need to push, like fixing problemed areas in our life. The energy is going to be there supporting you. So make sure you do it. You're going to feel really motivated to just kind of like go in and sweep up the dirt in some of the rooms of your house kind of thing, And even if it's something that you want to do, like literally cleaning the house or paying bills, looking for a job, losing weight, doing your taxes, studying for something, doing something like that. Now is the time to take responsibility and really move forward with it, because the point of power is always in the present anyway, right? So this energy is showing you that there is an urgency for you to take action. And if you're putting something off that's meaningful to you and you're doubting whether you can do it, the energy here is to have courage and face your fears and do and go after what you love, Leo. What's the worst thing that can happen? You make a mistake, so what? Even if you do, you're going to learn from it. There's what's worse than having regret? I don't know. You know what I mean? So go for it. Do it. Whatever is hanging there, poking at you, take care of it. I like it. Good stuff. Leo, that's what I have for you for January 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. And guys, thank you so much of those of you who have subscribed to my channel. It's been a really fun journey. I'm not yet a year on YouTube. I have a few months for that, but just closing off 2019, I really want to thank you guys who have made this just so much fun and just a really beautiful experience and engaging with so many of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience. So thank you guys for that. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.